The NSAA Boys State Basketball Championships on News Channel Nebraska are presented by Currency, Allo, Liberty First Credit Union, Woodhouse Auto, and by Midwest Bank.
Well, hello and welcome once again to State Tournament Basketball on News Channel Nebraska. Alongside my pal Andy Klassen, I'm Pat Jansen, and we've got a good one for you tonight in Class D1. Defending state champion Johnson Brock and the upstart Riverside Chargers. Going to be a fun one. And let's start with the defending champs, Johnson Brock. Let's go to Nemaha County, where if you're a Nemaha County basketball fan, 52-0 this year. Auburn now in the semifinals. Johnson Brock looking to match them.
Yes, they are looking to go back-to-back, right? And a big part of that is the way that they run the court so well, play with great spacing. They hoist up a lot of threes. They make a lot of threes because they're open threes the way they share the ball.
Meanwhile, on the other side, a very athletic squad in the Chargers. What do you got about them, Andy?
You know, they might not be the tallest, the most athletic, the lengthiest team, but they'll outwork you, they'll outgrind you. Very efficient offense. Defense is where they really make their hay. So versatile. They'll play zone. They'll play man-to-man. They'll go back to a zone. That's really where they can get the better of you.
Could be a physical battle tonight. We're going to take a break and be back with our players to watch after this on News Channel Nebraska.
A new year. A fresh start. A resolution to grow more. Gain more. Give more. The process is the same. Plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we. Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
Back here as we get set for Johnson Brock versus Riverside. And let's take a look at our players to watch, starting with someone who head coach Dollinghouse knows and trusts.
Yeah, Dollinghouse is on the coaching staff. Dollinghouse is on the roster. We're talking about the do-it-all kind of guy. Leads the team, one of the leading scorers, also leads the team in steals. But to just call him a glue guy, do-it-all, that kind of sells him short because he brings the rebounds, but he really is a do-it-all type of player for the Eagles.
Speaking of do-it-all kind of players, there's someone who will stick their nose into the middle of things for Riverside.
Yeah, there sure is, and I think you're talking about Connier, Drew Connier, and he broke a record this year for most charges taken. That is 20. He's a scorer, he's a facilitator, he passes the ball, but when you break a record like most charges taken on a season, you really are one of those guys that does a little bit of everything for your squad. Drew
Carraher is someone who will step in, and take that kind of contact. Our version of that is waiting for us, the third member of our crew, Eric McKay. What you got for us, Eric?
Thanks, Pat. You know, you hear coaches all the time now talk about the importance of athletes not specializing, taking part in multiple sports. You know, at the Class D1 level, it's not a discussion that's had very often because unless everybody plays every sport, those sports don't happen, and that's a good thing. The athletes become more well-rounded, and ultimately all of the sports are better for it. But there is a downside to it, unfortunately. Take the case of Billy Glessinger from Riverside. A key part about their football and basketball teams last year, he suffered a season-ending injury during football, missed the entirety of the basketball season. Coach Schmeeding telling us he spent the offseason recouping, recovering, rehabbing, and is back and better than ever. Not lighting up the stat sheet, but doing a lot of the little things, has been a key leader for this team. The team has noticed as they voted him one of the team captains. Coach saying it's really good to have him back from that injury a year ago. As far as I'm concerned, this broadcast crew's got two team captains, Pat Jansen and Andy Klassen. They're back next with your starters and all the action. You're watching the Class D1 quarterfinals on News Channel Nebraska.
To sum up the past 20 years in one word, exceptional. It's one of our core values. But our people have been truly exceptional. Our customer support has been exceptional. In 20 years, where will Allo be? When we started, we were just a business fiber company. Then the demand came from residential. Now the products of both business and residential just continue to expand. We've got to start with customers' needs and always work backwards. The customers will tell us, and our teammates will take us there.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
The pregame show is sponsored by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports.
Hi, this is Misty. Here at Family Physical Therapy, we strive to go beyond your symptoms, ensuring you have access to quality, individualized care. We offer physical, occupational, and speech therapy. Family Physical Therapy has an excellent staff that cares about our patients' success. Whether you're suffering from a sports injury, a stroke, or working to improve balance and coordination, Family Physical Therapy is here to help. When you're here, your family. Visit us at one of our many Nebraska locations today.
Just about set to tip things off here in Class D1. Defending champions Johnson Brock taking on Riverside. Let's take a look at our school spotlight, brought to you by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com. Johnson Brock in their 11th state tournament appearance. They've been champions multiple times, 4 to be exact, including last year in Class D1. They also have a D2 title to their credit, but they are the Eagles in red, located there in Nemaha County. Meanwhile, the Riverside Chargers, they're in their 7th appearance and a fairly new school at that. The Chargers were runners-up in Class D2 in 2018. And Andy, a lot of history over on the Johnson Brock side, but like you say, Riverside has earned their own history already early in the history of their school.
Yes, they've had a slew of phenomenal athletes kind of pass through those doors early on and kind of set the stage or set the standard for this team moving forward.
There's a look at the bracket. Semifinals up for grabs. We'll take a break as we get the national anthem back after this on News Channel Nebraska.
I love our Nebraska public schools. As a mom of high school students, I see the value public schools bring to our communities every day. It's where families come together to cheer for our teams, engage with our teachers, and build long-lasting, trusted relationships in our communities. It's where our kids get the skills and opportunities they need to succeed. I don't know if it's that way in other states, but here in Nebraska, public schools are the heart of our communities.
Hey there, sports fans. Looking for a winning play to make your game day complete? Look no further than Speedy Mart, your family-owned neighborhood convenience store. Score big with the wide range of snacks, drinks, and fuel for the road that will keep the whole crew cheering. And here's the kicker. Our friendly atmosphere and convenient location make every visit a slam dunk. So rally the family and head to Speedy Mart for the ultimate game day experience.
Life is a wild ride. It's important to have a trusted partner along the way. Liberty First Credit Union exists to provide its members with affordable financial services. Whether it is a large purchase, a new car or home remodel, overcoming obstacles, or chasing your dreams, financing life is what we do best. Give us a call or visit libertyfirstcu.com.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
In every community, there are unsung heroes. They're the ones who make a real difference every single day. News Channel Nebraska and Medica want to thank our community heroes, and now it's your chance to shine a spotlight on them. Nominate your local hero and let their story inspire us all. Winners get to donate $1,000 to a nonprofit of their choice, with over $5,000 donated to date. Together, we can celebrate those who make our communities brighter.
At Zollner Ford, come and see our great selection of new Ford vehicles. Whether you're looking to buy new or you need a car serviced, it's our pleasure to assist you. Our online website makes shopping even easier. Browse our massive inventory of vehicles or schedule your next maintenance appointment. We even offer drop-off and pickup services. Stop by today or visit us online at zollnerofbeatrice.com.
Just about set to tip off here in the Bob Devaney Center. Johnson Brock and Riverside alongside my pal Andy Klassen. I'm Pat Jansen. Let's look at that bracket once again. Johnson Brock, the 2 seed, Riverside, the 7 seed, looking to move into that semifinal. Of course, we'll have Angeli Litchfield and Plainview later, but a lot of stuff happening in the top half of that bracket earlier today.
Yeah, exactly right. NPSP goes down St. Patrick's. Everyone thought that there'd be a pretty tough out. GACC gets the best of them. And then Ainsworth, it came down to the wire. Dundee County Stratton gave them all they wanted at the top half of the bracket. You got to think the bottom half of the bracket, which we're getting right into right now, could play out a very similar way. It's so competitive across the board.
Guardian Angels Central Catholic, that's a team that caught fire at the end of the year, and now they get to play future Husker Carter Nelson. That should be fun.
Yes.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by Unity Eye Centers, your provider of choice in Norfolk, Columbus, Grand Island, Pierce, and St. Paul. First, for Riverside, the visitors on the scoreboard, Dane Schalk, Drew Carraher, who we mentioned as a player to watch, Jack Molt, Larry Diesner, and Billy Glessinger.
6-foot senior, number 30.
It's a well-rounded starting lineup if you're looking at Riverside. Yeah. You got 3 players in that starting lineup averaging double figures. Meanwhile, for the Johnson Brock Eagles, 25-0 on the year. Sloan Pelican, he was a big part of that state championship team last year, 5'9" senior. Camden Dollinghouse, who we mentioned, is a junior guard, but 6'2". That's height that Riverside doesn't really have. Brody Kaler, a 6'2" sophomore. Kaysen Dollinghouse, a 6'2" junior. And Leighton Barons, a 6' senior, rounds out the starting lineup. What are you looking for out of this game, Andy Klassen?
Well, I think it's going to be a defensive battle early on. I think it's going to come down to, as we've seen in a couple of games thus far, who can get off to that good, fast start. Which offense can get clicking first? Because once you get down by these 8-10 points by these type of defensive powerhouses that we're all seeing here at the state tournament right now, you dig yourself into too big of a hole to get out of. It's really going to come down, for me, which offense can get it going first.
Johnson Brock, coached by Lucas Dollinghouse in his 8th year. 165-50. He's got 2 state titles. Though he said his team, he'd like to see them get a little less complacent at the starts of games. Feels like they haven't really jumped on teams as much as they could. But the closest game they've played this year was a 10-point win.
Right, so sometimes you got to manufacture that urgency, and I think the way the top of the bracket kind of played out this morning might be a little dose of reality, or maybe the type of motivation the head coach, Lucas Stallinghouse, has been looking for, and that's where St. Patrick's going down, the 1 seed to the 8th seed, first thing this morning.
You know, we talked about a team catching fire like Guardian Angels Central Catholic. Riverside was 1-4 at one point this season, but they got it rolling for fifth-year head coach Scott Schmieding, who's 80-43.
Yeah, and they're riding an 8-game winning streak right now. That's best time to catch fire, the end of the season.
Johnson Brock gets out running off the tip. It goes off the hands of a Charger. That Charger was Dane Schock, a junior. Asked him before the game, how's the team feeling? He said, confident.
Why not? Yeah, you're 25-0.
Johnson Brock fires up the three-pointer with Pelican. He's wide, and it goes to Riverside. Chargers will inbound it again. That Riverside team, 19-7, playing the 25-0 Eagles, but they said they were confident. But like you say, the winning streak for Riverside, they nearly start off with a three-pointer with Glessinger, but rebound cleared by the Eagles.
Yeah, well, the Chargers have good reason to be confident. That's because they're such a talented defensive-minded bunch.
Three-pointer rattles out, no good. And back it will go, though, to Kaysen Dollinghouse, who missed the three-pointer, and Johnson Brock will try again.
Yeah, those second shot opportunities, I mean, Riverside's really going to have to start limiting those.
And it leads to points. Brody Kaler, the first basket of the night, connects on the three for the Eagles.
And once you know it, Kaler is the one that got that offensive rebound. Saw the fruits of that labor, didn't he, right away?
Absolutely. Chargers will try to answer. Three-point, no good by Schock. Now here come the Eagles. Into the corner for Dollinghouse. That being Kaysen Dollinghouse. Now back to Pelican at the top. You mentioned spacing for the Eagles, Andy Klassen. They are living up to that as Pelican fires the three. Yep. He hits, and it's a 6-0 edge for the Eagles.
You know, when he airballed that first try, I thought to myself, that's not going to phase him. We're going to see him take another one here pretty soon.
He will fire him up. Chargers looking to answer. At the top with it is Caraher. Now driving in is Diesner. A near turnover. And in fact, it is, as the Chargers do throw it away. It was initially poked away from Molt, and now it goes to the Eagles.
Eagles might have got away with a kick there. Not saying it was intentional, but there was definitely a foot on ball.
Six 0. Johnson Brock on top. Early moments here. It goes into the paint. Shot no good by Kaler, but the Eagles keep it alive. Again, those second chance opportunities.
And Riverside's in pretty good position. They just need to get a body on body and box out, Patrick.
Well, now they're on the run as Schock breaks toward the basket, picks up the first two Charger points of the night.
Schock, the wide frame, big body for Riverside, did a really nice job with the hesitation at the end there, Patrick.
And a quick foul on the other end against Diesner. That'll be the first foul of the game against either squad.
His first personal foul. Team's first.
Yeah, this is just a really good defense turning into offense for Riverside, really where they're at their best, and they needed a bucket. They needed one badly.
Baseline drive, too strong from Camden Dollinghouse. There was a lot of congestion in there, Andy.
Yes, there was, and I think that's Riverside's best bet. Pack it inside. Hey, if you're going to beat me, it's going to be from 30 feet out.
And stolen away, although the Chargers get back to it with Caraher. They'll try again. Caraher spinning in the lane, has it poked away and stolen by Kaler, who's been active, but Caraher nearly steals it back.
Almost got it back.
Active hands as it's Diesner this time, knocking it toward Radio Row.
The Caraher got reminded, if I'm going to get inside like that or try to drive, get that penetration, I'm going to have to be strong with the basketball.
Long three-pointer, too strong. But the rebound once again to Kaler. Into the corner it goes Pelican. Swung around, three-pointer left short by Camden Dollinghouse. Rebound cleared by the Chargers. Good student sections here from both schools tonight, Andy.
Yes, there is. I like the neon theme attire being worn by everyone from Riverside.
Shock, spinning shot, left short, rebound pulled in by the Eagles as it was Barons initially controlling. Eagles into the corner for Pelican. That one's left short. Rebound hauled in by the Chargers with Diesner. Into the corner it goes. Left-handed three-pointer, too strong from Molt. Rebound pulled in by the Eagles. Three-pointer fired up, left short by Kaler.
Yep.
Rebound hauled in by Molt.
Both offenses kind of cooling off here, aren't they? They're running pretty nice half-court sets, getting good looks. But you can see both defenses not allowing that easy take inside, saying you're going to have to lean on your jump shot right now.
Go straight up.
Pelican with good defense forces the turnover.
Don't bring that in here.
And we get a foul. I want to thank our sponsors, including our first quarter sponsor, John Henry's. Our family serving yours. We take a look at the Johnson Brock fans.
There's that neon.
The Riverside student section. Eagles with a fresh look out there. Van Winkle dumps it into the corner for Kaysen Dollinghouse. Shot no good, but rebound and put back by Camden Dollinghouse. And the lead is back to 6 for the Eagles.
It's been the only bugaboo of this zone defense from Riverside. They're not getting a body on a body to box out. They're forcing pretty tough shots, defending that first shot fairly well, but it's the second shot opportunities, Patrick.
Nice pass inside, but Schock has it blocked. He's double teamed. Couldn't get the shot up cleanly. Now the Eagles trying to answer. We're going to get a block against the Chargers, much to the dismay of the Riverside fans behind us.
Kara was looking for his 21st charge on the season. I think the officials got that one right. Looked like his feet were still moving.
Well, and sometimes when you're known as the guy who can take the charge, maybe you get the benefit of the doubt, but also they know you're looking for it too.
Yep.
Out to Kaler. Now poked away, but controlled by Camden Dollinghouse. Dollinghouse still with it here on the left side. Into the corner it goes Kaler. Long possession for the Eagles. Dollinghouse dribbling in, shot on the run, no good, but it's a charge.
There's the charge.
Good defense by the Chargers.
Yep. That's where Dollinghouse has to be aware who he's trying to get in on. So how many times have we seen in this tournament alone where you see that shot go up and the defender goes up with the shooter and commits the foul? Not the case with Drew Carr, who we highlight in the pregame.
Chargers looking to cut into this deficit before the end of the quarter. Under 45 to play in the quarter. Just 2 points for Riverside, but that's what Johnson Brock does. They're on pace to have the best combined defensive effort in a year. Three-pointer, knocked down by Glessinger, and it's a three-point game.
Glessinger might have heard you talking there, Patrick. Drains a three from that wing position.
Johnson Brock trying to hold to the last shot. Under 10.
Boy, that was a big three, pulling back within three.
Pelican for three. That's no good. Offensive rebound by Kaler. The putback is good. And it's a 5-point edge for Johnson Brock after a quarter. We'll take a break. Be back with the second quarter after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit gocurrency.com and apply today.
Tonight's officials, Dave Bryant, Gregory Harden, and Brent McNerlin. First quarter kind of got away from us there.
A little bit, yeah. And I know it breaks your heart, Andy Klassen, when you can't say the officials.
I always got to pay him a little tribute, you know, son of an official. And
same.
They're not always the most popular guy out on the court or the field, whichever sport it is.
It may not be the officiating that's the fault for my dad. Love you, Dad. Alongside Andy Klassen, I'm Pat Jansen. Third member of our crew is Eric McKay. Chargers fire up the three-pointer with Shaw. It's in and out. Rebound hauled in by Kaler, but stolen away by Caraher. Extends the possession. Into the paint. Shot on the run. Good by Molt, his first 2 points of the game.
Molt regaining control there at the tail end of that move was the difference. Again, that one to go, the touch off the window.
He's averaging double figures this season. Dollinghouse with it now into the corner for Kaler. Back out to Case and Dollinghouse. They just play catch, and Kaler drives baseline. What a start to the game for him.
Yeah, there's that spacing and the ball movement, moving that zone defense off its spot that allowed Kaler to get that baseline. And when a player like Kaler gets baseline, look out.
Nearly thrown away. Schock gets it back to the top of the key as he finds Diesner. Diesner fires up the long three, buries it.
That's been huge for the Chargers early on. That timely three pulls them back within 2.
They've knocked down a pair of big three-pointers, have the Chargers 12-10, the Eagle lead. Johnson Brock looking to answer. They fire up the long three-pointer with Camden Dollinghouse. My goodness, Andy Klassen.
What do you say? Monkey see, monkey do.
Getting a little bit of a shooting clinic here in this second quarter. Thought maybe we were going to see another one from Glessinger.
Oh, I thought that one was going to go up for sure.
To the baseline it goes Schock. Stolen away by Pelican to Kaler on the run. And a foul is going to go against Caraher. Again, the Riverside fans not a big fan of that call, but it could have been a lot worse for Riverside.
And I mean, Caraher there, kind of a telltale. He came swinging down over top. If he would have came from underneath and tried to poke the ball up and out,
He might have got away with a reach-in or something to that nature, but the way he kind of swung and brought that arm motion down and across, more times than not, you're going to get that whistle.
Kaler,
he's got to be careful now, Patrick. That's his second foul.
Absolutely, and that's not a player that Riverside can afford to see hit the bench.
No, he has too much of an offensive presence. Usually takes on the number one defender when they slide into that man-to-man defense.
Kaler now with 9 points in this opening half. He averages 12.4 on the season. Shock, baseline jumper, good.
It was so quick and in motion. May have got away with a little shove there, just to give himself a little space. But you got to let the big fella, you know, roam around a little bit.
He looks like a fullback.
He's doing a really nice job in the middle of this zone defense, rotating back and forth.
Kaler, heat check.
Yeah.
Bam!
Yeah, my goodness, they're really going to have to extend that zone out and kind of open things up in the middle if Kaler's going to keep making them pay with the 3 ball.
12 points for the sophomore.
Well, we knew this had the potential to be an offensive showcase, and we're seeing that here in the second quarter.
7 points for Shock. We've got highlights coming up as another 3-pointer, this one from Camden Dollinghouse. We're going to have a lot of highlights. Stay tuned. Those will be brought by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman will help make your jewelry dreams come true.
Dollinghouse and Kaler are just living in that soft spot of that zone, that high in between the top of the key and the corner 3.
8-point edge for the Eagles. Riverside has found some offense, but in danger of letting this one get away as Shock just a little too strong. Three players collapsed on Kaler just a bit ago. Way out on the perimeter. That shows you how hot he is right now.
Uh-oh.
And we're going to get a travel. Great job defensively by Carraher to force that.
I think everyone thought for a split second there, was he going to get a reach-in call? That would have been a huge foul in the corner. But I think the travel happened well before the reach-in could have been whistled.
It was close potentially to a jump ball as well. But Carraher, with his flowing locks, now gets to run the offense again for the Chargers. Nearly another steal by the Eagles as Shock drives in, basket good, and he's fouled.
Just been amazed by what he's been able to do. Shock once again going down the right side of the lane, and he doesn't exactly get the best angle here, but he still finds a way to get it up and in.
That foul on Boe.
And this is where Riverside wants to be. You know, they want to be within 5, 6 points throughout.
Free throw is good by Shock. He's now in double figures. He averages 10.8 on the season.
The way he drained that three, it looked like he might average 20 a game.
Eagles taking their time here. 5-point ball game, poked up high, but controlled by Camden Dollinghouse. Three-pointer by Pelican, no good. Rebound controlled by Carraher. Chargers outrunning. Carraher, basket, and the foul. One possession ball game. And Carraher is feeling it.
Yeah, he is fired up. Excellent job getting out into the open court and then continuing that drive into the defender on the right side. Just enough contact there to get that whistle.
Those were his first 2 points of the night. Now he's at the line, trying to make it a 2-point game. He does.
Yeah, solid. Nice looking stroke from the foul line. No surprise there.
This Riverside team has almost the entire squad coming back next year, too, although we nearly lost someone keeping book for Riverside, taking a ball to the dome.
You got to be aware here on Media Row.
Pass. Oh, a steal by Keene. Coast to coast, we've got a tie ball game.
And that's what I was talking about, extending that zone defense out. Played with some anticipation. Patrick jumping that passing lane.
Keene, one of about 1,000 juniors on this Riverside team. As Dollinghouse drives in, now it goes back up to the top to Camden Dollinghouse. Kaler for three, that one won't go, and we've got a jump ball on the rebound. That's gonna stick with the Eagles.
Yeah, a lot of momentum has kind of shifted towards Riverside right now. Multiple guys going up for that rebound. Ball is gonna stay here though with Johnson Brock.
Pelican to trigger it into Kaler. Now back to Pelican in the corner. Pump fake, back out Kaler. Patience for the Eagles here.
Yeah, and that's okay. They have so many capable shooters. You don't have to rush anything. You don't have to force anything. Oh, and there's no shot clock.
Not till next year. Underneath it goes, spinning shot, good by Leighton Behrens.
I mean, that was a difficult shot. He made it look relatively easy, didn't he? Just a little half spin move there, a little touch off the glass.
If you've ever been in the Johnson Brock area, you know there are a lot of Behrens, as Schock may have had that one partially blocked. Johnson Brock trying to re-extend the lead that has been in double digits. Underneath the Behrens again, spinning, no good. And contact on the rebound, and it's gonna go out of bounds. Actually, it was kicked, but it's gonna go back to the Eagles. Again, those second chance opportunities.
Yeah, you know, you give something up when you go man-to-man, you give something up when you go zone, and right now, Riverside's still having a tough time finding a guy to box out when the ball goes up on the shot. They got to get better at rebounding in the second half, that's for sure.
Under a minute to play, first half. Into the corner goes Kaler, back out Pelican, top of the key for a three-pointer for Camden Dollinghouse. It's no good, rebound by Schock.
Well, that was a good look. Nice offensive set that time for the Eagles. Really worked the ball around, found that open shooter at the top of the key, just off the mark.
Under 20 to play, first half. Riverside holding for the final shot. Keene now to go with 6. Top of the key it goes. Now Keene, three-pointer, too strong. That'll end the half. Johnson Brock going into the break, leading Riverside 25-23. We'll take a break, be back with the halftime show after this on News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Aloe. You deserve the fiber things in life. Aloe Fiber. And by Unity Eye Centers, your provider of choice in Norfolk, Columbus, Grand Island, Pierce, and St. Paul.
Champions are crowned each year in Lincoln. All of us at Visit Lincoln welcome the athletes, families, and fans from across Nebraska to our community. When the final whistle blows and the game ends, make sure to discover how Lincoln can make your stay even more memorable. Stop by the Visitors Center at 7th and P in the Haymarket or visit us on the web at lincoln.org. Visit Lincoln is a proud supporter of high school athletics.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Zollner Ford and Lincoln. Meeting your sales, service, and parts needs. 5 Points Bank. Trust a better bank for your financial needs. And by Family Physical Therapy, getting you back in the game.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. I love it. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
We're definitely coming back in the future.
We have a wedding band to buy. So.
We do, yes, the wedding bands. We'll be back for that.
Starter Heyman Jewelers, downtown 12th and O, South Point Pavilions, and Grand Island.
I've had the opportunity to work with so many outstanding students and parents in my 37 years as a public school teacher. The two things I've noticed they all have in common: a love for their community and a pride in their school. I've seen that pride in my science students who become scientists, in parents who show up for every game and every parent-teacher conference, in former students who become community leaders. Nebraska public schools are indeed the heart of our communities.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. By Central Nebraska Orthopedics, dedicated to the motion of life. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
John Henry's is now offering electrical service. Our service professionals have been helping with plumbing, heating, and cooling in Lincoln and the surrounding areas for more than 25 years. Now, we're proud to offer the same level of professionalism in our new electrical service. From a whole home rewire to adding new outlets or electric car chargers, John Henry's can be your one-stop shop for all your home's needs. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical. Our family serving yours since 1996.
(25-23), Johnson Brock on top of Riverside at halftime. Let's take a look at our halftime highlights, brought to you by Starter Heyman Jewelers. Stunning engagement collections, exceptional diamonds, and dazzling gemstones can be found at their Lincoln and Grand Island locations. Sloan Pelican starting off hot for the Eagles, hitting the early three. Then Shock forces the steal, then gets the fast break layup for the Chargers. Then a three-pointer once again from Glassinger, this time for the Chargers. Then a three-pointer from Dollinghouse, that one Camden Dollinghouse. Kaler, who was red hot for the Eagles, he answers with a three himself. Johnson Brock built a big lead, but Shock, he got a three of his own, fires that one in, keeping Riverside within striking distance. Then Camden Dollinghouse, another three for the Eagles, burying that one. Caraher, he went on the run, the bucket and the foul. Then a steal and score for Keene coming off the bench. And that puts Riverside within striking distance of the defending champions. 25-23. We'll take another break. Be back with more halftime after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
The way we use electricity has changed a lot over the years. What hasn't changed is our commitment to make sure it's there the moment you need it. Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us.
I think if you're somebody who's starting a business, or you're a farmer, or you just want somewhere to trust with your finances, you should choose Midwest Bank, because we work very hard to understand your situation and be a part of every step that you're going through. We truly care what's happening in our communities. We want to be out there, be a part of what's going on, and you'll feel the heart that we have for our communities. You'll feel the belief we have in our customers, and you'll really understand that that's the Midwest Bank way.
Back at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, Johnson Brock, the 2-point lead over Riverside at the break. You know, one of the best parts about covering these small town schools are the traditions that get carried on over the generations. Take Johnson Brock basketball, trying to win their second straight state title. It's something that this school has done before. Let me take you back to 1998. Class D1, Johnson Brock blows out Bancroft Rosalie 76-49 to win their second straight title in Class D1 for Coach Jeff Kaler. Stars like Clint Swanson, Kurt Ottoman named All-Staters from that team. And that was a deep team, including the fathers of two current Johnson Brock players. Leighton Barnes and Austin Myers' dads were on those 97 and 98 teams that won state titles back-to-back for Johnson Brock. So now trying to keep the tradition not only for the school going of back-to-back championships, but also within the family. And maybe, you know, you never know. You win a second championship in a row, maybe you get out of taking out the garbage for a week. That's up to them to decide. Pat, Andy, let's send it back to you.
Thank you, Eric. And I got to tell you, it's great to hear names like Clint Swanson. Didn't mention Joe Casey either. So many very good players on that Johnson Brock team. We saw Clint earlier in the game. He's got kids who go to the Auburn School District, sticking in Nemaha County.
Yeah, they're doing all right over there at Auburn. Now stretching their record of 27-0. So
yeah,
I think they got some good basketball going on there in the southeast portion of the state, Nemaha County.
Yeah, Johnson Brock looking to make it 26-0 for them, but they've got some tough sledding to do here as Riverside really close that gap at the end of the first half, Andy.
Well, both teams are put on what appeared to be a three-point shooting clinic there, and it really helped Riverside kind of claw and scratch their way back into this one. But then Riverside was able to create some turnovers, score in transition, and that's what really enabled them to pull this thing back within two.
25-23 is the halftime lead for Johnson Brock. What do the Eagles have to do to sort of recapture that distance, and what's Riverside got to do to get over the hump?
Well, I think for Johnson Brock, the Eagles, I love their patience on offense. That's exactly what they need to do, is keep their shot selection at a premium, take care of the basketball. For Riverside on the other side, too many second shot opportunities for Johnson Brock. Been saying it all first half. That zone, I loved its rotation, how it's getting into passing lanes. It really helped them, you know, kind of jumpstart that comeback. But they got to find a body. They got to box out. Just kind of fundamental, kind of back to the basics, like all ball coaches kind of talk about.
We got a sign behind us, destroy the bracket. It's already been destroyed at the top half. North Platte St. Patrick's lost to Guardian Angels Central Catholic. Let's look at the bracket right there. They'll take on Ainsworth and Carter Nelson. Riverside trying to make sure the top two seeds go down, and they're in striking distance.
Yeah, and Ainsworth got everything they could handle, everything they wanted from Dundee County Stratton, so that entire top half of the bracket almost got flipped upside down. Is the same thing going to happen here? We're going to find out.
We've got a fun one tonight, too. Ansley, Litchfield, and Plainview. We've got more of this one, but let's take another break. We'll be back with more. You're watching high school basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
Atlo's fiber internet has definitely increased the productivity of our office. It's one of those things with internet and being a marketing company, we have to have it on and running all the time. And it's always up. We don't run into lags, we don't run into latency issues. It doesn't vary throughout the day, it doesn't vary on weekends or busy time periods. We have local service here. We need to go talk to somebody. They're just a quarter of a mile away for us to be able to chat with somebody. And that is a huge peace of mind for me as a business owner. So I would not hesitate at all to recommend Allo to anybody.
Salas weaving in, weaving out, and skying for...
Hey sports fans, looking for a convenient pit stop before or after the game? Look no further than Good To Go convenience stores. We're here to keep you going. Fuel up your tank with a refreshing drink and grab one more snack for the road. Good To Go, your winning play for game day.
And hey, I could dunk it too.
Good To Go convenience stores. Fuel up for the game locations in Lincoln, York, Geneva, Bruning, and Hebron.
Hey, we gave credit to the reffing crew earlier. Want to give them credit for holding 5 seconds for us to get back from that break. We are underway here in the second half in the Bob Devaney Sports Center, Andy. Oh, and a steal by Kaler, who's had himself a game tonight and nearly threw that one down, but he does get the bucket. He's got 14 on the evening.
I think Kaler could feel that defense coming on nipping on his heels, so he thought, I better just get this one in for sure.
Riverside looking to respond. Schock has had a big game so far. He's spinning. Shot blocked, but a foul. This one's going to go against Barons. We mentioned his dad, or rather Eric McKay mentioned his dad on that back-to-back championship team for Johnson Brock. Just kind of swatted down a little bit.
Yeah, that bar arm came down as he kind of looked around, and official did pull him off to the side and kind of explained to him, gave him a reason as to why he drew that whistle.
It has been a good crew tonight as Schock hits the first. He's got 11, has already surpassed his average.
How impressive has he been? I'm just thinking of that big three coming off a bucket where he had to really grind one and get one inside. He's also been playing that middle spot of that zone and really been moving his feet well. He's not the slimmest guy out there either.
He wanted a steal there.
Yes, he did.
He's got 12 points, averages 10.8. Meanwhile, Kaler has 14. He averages 12.4. A couple of big performances on either side.
Yeah, Kaler was able to get loose for a couple threes.
Again, that spinning shot from Barons. That's his move.
I mean, he doesn't fully extend up and over with the shot, with the follow through.
Lead back to 4 for the Eagles. Three-pointer left short by Diesner. He gets his hands back on it, though, to Molt. Spinning shot on the baseline, left short. Skying for the rebound is Kaler.
Kaler way out in front, leading all rebounders right now with 7.
A lot of contact. No call either way. Barons again, that spinning shot. The lead is back to 6. Molt jump stop. He's fouled. Be 2 shots upcoming for the junior.
Yeah, Molt's been in attack mode, attacking that rim at the first part of this third period.
Attack mode or attack Molt?
Attack Molt, I like it. There we go. Play on words.
Free throw from the lefty is good. He's got 3 on the evening. That foul was on Kaler. His first. Molt can't get that one to go. That is the first missed free throw by either team tonight.
Wow, that's a pretty impressive stat.
Pelican into the corner for Kaler, too strong, tracks down his own rebound, but stolen away by Caraher, and now the Chargers want to run. Schock, spinning baseline, has it poked away, somehow gets back to it, It's a jump ball. Yeah. It's going to go Johnson Brock's way.
I mean, you got to be ready if you're going to use the dribble drive and try and get inside on Johnson Brock. Just know that there's going to be multiple hands, multiple defenders getting after you.
(31-26), the Johnson Brock edge. Goes out Kaler, he passes up the three, gets it to Pelican. His is too strong. Rebound hauled in by Diesner. To Shock into the corner, it goes now for Keene.
It just feels like if you're Riverside, okay, Johnson Brock missed a three with a good look. Now it's time to make up some of that ground.
Into the corner, Keene. Three-pointer too strong. Rebound goes out and off the Chargers, back to the Eagles.
Checking in for Riverside, number 2, Nicholas Berger. Timeout.
Andy, we got a timeout on the floor. We'll take one with them. Back with more after this. You're watching high school basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
That is literally the funniest thing ever.
And then I said,
it wasn't. But this guy could use a win. Even if it's not as big of a win as I get with free Kasasa Cash checking. Kasasa Cash pays me a really high rate and refunds ATM withdrawal fees nationwide. So I feel like a queen. Has a mega bank ever made you feel that way? Or is it more like this guy? Take back banking with Kasasa Cash.
Get Kasasa checking at Liberty First Credit Union.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Aloe. You deserve the fiber things in life. Aloe Fiber. And by Unity Eye Centers, your provider of choice in Norfolk, Columbus, Grand Island, Pierce, and St. Paul.
We take a look at the Johnson Brock faithful. Kind of a little bit of a tense vibe right now in the Johnson Brock section as they're hanging on to their undefeated record by 5 points.
You know, give a lot of credit to Riverside because it felt like Johnson Brock really threw some haymakers early on. It might have put away a lesser team, but the Chargers came roaring back. Great response in the first half, and now they're carrying that into the second half here.
You know, I keep referencing the other Nemaha County game tonight, but that there's a similarity there. That was essentially what the Auburn-DC West game was, too.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Both games kind of playing out the same way. Riverside hoping that they can kind of complete the comeback, though, in this one.
Pelican to Dollinghouse, who drives in. Underhanded scoop layup, good. Camden Dollinghouse now with 10.
Just finding the crease in that zone defense. Excellent path. Kind of zigzagged his way through that zone.
Riverside now down by 7, needing an answer. Into the paint it goes. Cutting toward the basket. A nice find for Diesner, but he can't finish it. And back it goes to Johnson Brock.
Yeah, it was a beautiful flash to the rim. Diesner just unable to finish.
Trying the long cross-court pass for the Eagles. It goes out off of Riverside.
Yeah, this is the type of zone you're not going to get away with those type of passes.
Just got to look at the Riverside fans. Now we see Lucas Dollinghouse. Basket no good by Behrens, but he gets his own rebound. 8 points for the senior. And again, a steal and a put in layup by Sloan Pelican. Wow. Pelican and the Eagles are soaring.
So opportunistic.
Long three-pointer from Diesner. That's left short. And now it kind of feels like maybe a little bit of a panic moment for Riverside.
Yeah, getting a little careless with the basketball, and you know a team like Johnson Brock, the Eagles, they will pounce on you. Pelican with a heads-up play there, the quick takeaway off the inbounds and lay-in.
The big family business in Johnson for the Pelicans, a meat locker.
All right.
And he's trying to put the Chargers on ice. Three-pointer left short by Kaysen Dollinghouse. Rebound to the Chargers. It's been kind of a quiet game for Sloan Pelican, but that steal and bucket really felt like it changed the trajectory of this game. The mood just changed dramatically as Keeler's three-pointer dies on the rim. It goes out of bounds off the Chargers, back to the Eagles.
Yeah, Pelican does so much. Senior leader, captain for this Johnson Brock team. And even when he's not scoring, he's going to have a big impact. And we saw him airball that very first three. Remember that? And he came right back and nailed his second attempt. Not too far after that first one early in this game.
His dad, a pretty good athlete in his own right, especially baseball, as Chase Van Winkle can't quite corral that one or keep it in. We take a look at this on the 5 Point Banks instant replay. Malt has it swatted away. Here come the Eagles with Dollinghouse. It's poked away. It'll stick with Johnson Brock, though.
Shock once again. The quick hands, he's able to get in there and deny the easy shot.
But it all started with the block from Camden Dollinghouse as the Eagles tried to take it back the other way. Now Johnson Brock will calm things down a little bit with the 11-point edge.
Eagles kind of showing you how deep they can play.
On the run, the shot no good, and it wouldn't have counted anyway. The foul was on the floor. This one goes against Shock.
That's his second personal.
Second foul for Shock.
Yeah, multiple substitutes into the game right now, and you don't really see a drop-off, do you?
No.
Especially with that intensity.
A lot of depth for both teams, especially, this is Class D1.
Yeah. Yeah, impressive rosters for both groups, which, you know, that's not too surprising when you think where we're at. The state tournament.
Dollinghouse trying to back in on Carrer. Kaler gonna fire up the three, left it short. Rebound, Diesner.
Diesner calling for it back at the top of the key, try to get this offense rolling.
He's got it again at the top. Right side, Molt. In the paint for a cutting Keene. Back to Molt. That's going to die on the rim as well. And the rebound hauled in by the Eagles with Camden Dollinghouse.
Yeah, the right idea, though, going up for that little mid-range rather than continuing that drive into about three defenders.
And a timeout called by Lucas Dollinghouse. We'll keep it here during the break. 37-26, Johnson Brock on top. Riverside still within striking distance, but you can feel Johnson Brock starting to assert their will just a little bit.
Well, they're getting more of those 50-50 balls. They're making little plays, steals, takeaways. That one from Pelican that we talked about a moment ago. And what's really, I would say, concerning for Riverside is Johnson Brock. They've kind of been off on the three-point shot throughout the second half. When that starts to hit, look out. So this is kind of one of those dangerous spots where, yeah, you're only down 9-10 points, but you don't want to get extended any more than this. And you've had some opportunities to kind of close the gap here. You better start taking advantage of those opportunities when they come your way.
We take a look at the Riverside student section. That neon that you love so much there, Andy.
You know, that's loud. If I had one word to describe it, that is a loud student section over there.
I teach college broadcasting. Give me students who are loud with personality.
Yes, they are.
Underneath it goes Meyer. He's fouled. A chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, Meyer just getting positioned down low, making himself available.
Chargers number 10, Jack Ball.
See how he just kind of slid in between two defenders, and the bounce pass was right on time.
Tallest player on the Johnson Brock roster. He does come off the bench. 6'4". He's averaging just under 5 a game. Picks up his first 2 points of the night. As we look at Riverside coach Scott Schmeeding. Free throw good from Meyer. And it's a 14-point lead all of a sudden for the Eagles.
Yeah, this isn't the third quarter that Riverside was looking for, and head coach Smeeding.
Diesner facing pretty intense pressure from Gravatt. Right side, Keene dribbling with the left hand out to Molt. Molt, nice jump stop. He's fouled. And a chance for a three-point play.
So that was an excellent job diagnosing the man-to-man defense and everyone clearing out and leading to that one-on-one opportunity. We talked about how Molt's been on a mission attacking that rim that time, picking up the harm on the way to the hoop.
He's got 5 points, 1 of 2 at the free throw line tonight. He's the only player who's missed a free throw tonight, but he makes that one.
Couple of excellent free throw shooting teams here.
Johnson Brock probably playing for the last shot. 11-point edge for the Eagles as we near the end of the third quarter. Dollinghouse gets a screen. Now throws left side for Kaysen Dollinghouse. Back to the top for Camden Dollinghouse. Three-pointer no good, but Pelican gets the rebound. Shot wouldn't have counted. But we head to the fourth quarter. Johnson Brock on top of Riverside, 40-29. We come back with the fourth after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Hello, this is Greg from Family Physical Therapy. We've grown a lot since we opened our doors in 1993, but our philosophy remains to provide excellent patient care above all else. Our patients are greeted with smiles, and our therapists are driven by their patients' success and achieving goals. We provide physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy to those of all ages. Family Physical Therapy has locations across Nebraska. Stop by a clinic near you today.
(40-29). Johnson Brock on top of Riverside as we enter the final quarter of this Class D1 quarterfinal. Andy, what do the Chargers have to do to work their way back into this ball game, and what does top-seeded Johnson Brock, or not top-seeded, but rather undefeated Johnson Brock, have to do to see this one out?
Well, the Eagles got to keep that defensive on-ball pressure up at a 10, and for Riverside, they really just got to clean up their offense, generate more clean looks, no empty possessions here throughout this fourth period.
Diesner for 3, left it short, but the rebound by Molt.
Excellent job by Molt, saving a possession here for the Chargers.
They've only got so many left.
Yes, we do, but it just feels like every single possession down like this, 40-29.
Three-pointer left short as Glessinger couldn't connect, and Chargers starting to go cold behind the arc, Andy.
Yeah, they really are. Well, both teams kind of cooled off, which, if you thought about it, the way they were shooting in that second quarter, I don't know if we saw a miss. It was just 3 after 3, a barrage. But things have really cooled off offensively for Riverside here in the second half.
Stolen away by Schalk. Really just kind of an errant pass. Molt into the paint. All sorts of contact.
Yeah.
It's going to just be out of bounds to Riverside.
You know, that's kind of one of those no calls, I think, where Molt, might have been a little out of control. Barons might not have been completely set, kind of moving there a little bit. So how about a happy medium? No whistle.
I don't know that happy would be how I would describe most of the fan bases there.
Right.
Lengthy possession for the Chargers. They need points, but clock is important too. As this goes underneath for Caraher, he can't convert. Great find. Well, that's twice that's happened to Riverside now.
Yeah, and Caraher made a really nice move, a cut away from the ball, just unable to finish.
Under 6.5 to play in this final quarter as Dollinghouse fouled. This one's going to go against Caraher.
Caraher going for another charge here. Let's see. Yeah, you saw that last little movement to his right. Trying to get in position just a little late.
Foul number 3 against Caraher as Camden Dollinghouse connects on the first free throw. He's got 11 tonight. No one's ever made a sign like that for my face, Andy.
Me neither, and that's all right.
13-point edge for Johnson Brock. Diesner passed up the 3, now drives baseline, loses it, and Eagles now kind of slow it up a little bit.
Yep. Something they've been doing all season long. They know how to, milk some clock. Nurse one away for victory. Only done it 25 times in a row this season.
Barons felt like his 25th time in a row of doing that little spin move, but it's worked for him tonight. Does not that time, unfortunately.
It's definitely unorthodox the way he doesn't fully extend his arm up. The shooting motion there, just kind of short arms it, alligator arms it almost. But the defense kind of catches them off guard. They're not expecting that shot so early.
Fortunately for Riverside, they were able to put the clamps down. And then there was a foul against Johnson Brock. Now Chargers looking to answer. Molt has it poked away. Now just heading right back into the paint. Yeah. He looks like a running back going into there.
And he was going against Pelican there, just a couple of big bodies, rumbling and tumbling, running into each other.
The lefty, Molt, at the line, leaves that one short. He's now 2 for 4 at the line tonight.
Well, you do have to appreciate Molt and how he's getting after it, staying aggressive offensively, because right now the Chargers, they're in desperate need of offense.
Well, they miss out there, however, as Molt goes 0 for 2, but a scramble as Diesner keeps it alive for Caraher, who's fouled. That'll be the 3rd foul of the quarter against the Eagles.
Fouls on the Eagles, number 13, Mason.
Yeah, and who else? Shock once again poking the ball away.
Diesner will set up top for the Chargers. Molt into the paint. Gets the lefty shot up, and it goes.
That was a difficult shot there, Patrick. Came around with the pivot foot, kept his pivot foot live. Looked like he might want to try and work the left side of the lane. Thought better of it, just went straight up and finished.
Now a foul on the Chargers. 2 free throws upcoming for the Eagles as this one's going to go against Shock.
His 3rd personal foul.
Yeah, so you're seeing some offense start to come to life here for the Chargers, but the second half of that equation, Patrick, they've got to get some stops on defense.
Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here. It's 42-31. Johnson Brock on top. Winner gets either Plainview or Ansley Litchfield, who will have after this game. We take a look at that foul and we take a look at the Johnson Brock huddle. And Andy, just kind of a methodical performance from Johnson Brock so far.
Yeah, and here we are approaching the midway point in the 4th quarter, and they find themselves at one of the biggest leads they've had all game. It just kind of makes sense. That's just kind of how the Eagles operate. Nothing really shakes them too bad. They play with a lot of confidence, and why not? We heard about their defense. We know it's good. Boy, it's really been on point, especially when they switch into that man-to-man. They've really been able to churn off the Riverside Chargers, and that charge that they put into the latter half of the first half hasn't been the case here in the 3rd or 4th.
First free throw is good by Camden Dallinghouse. If you're wondering where Riverside is and, you know, their history as a school, well, it's complicated, as the second free throw is good as well. It's the 7th appearance for Riverside to state. No titles as Riverside, but Cedar Rapids made 8 state tournament appearances and 1 as Cedar Valley, which was a co-op with Greeley-Woolbach. Spalding made 7 appearances as the shot by Molt is good. There was also a co-op with Spalding and Spalding Academy. So, as mentioned, it was complicated. So we're going to take our breath. We'll be back after this quick commercial break. You're watching high school basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Zollner Ford in Beatrice has options to make the process of buying or maintaining vehicles easy and enjoyable. If you have your sights on a new vehicle, a member of our sales team would love to show it to you in the warmth of our showroom or bring it right to your driveway. For maintenance, we offer a few options to make service appointments convenient, like free pickup and delivery within 25 miles of Beatrice, including all of Lincoln. We can also come to you with our mobile service unit to help quickly get going again. Zollner Ford in Beatrice. Sales and service with a smile.
Riverside putting a little pressure behind the midcourt line. Johnson Brock across easily.
Travel.
And a travel against the Eagles. Want to thank our sponsors, including our fourth quarter sponsor, Visit Lincoln. See and experience all that Lincoln has to offer. Discover more at lincoln.org. What have you discovered this quarter, Andy Klassen?
Well, that defense is for real for the Eagles. No, no surprises there as Dallinghouse rips down another board. Give them 4 on the evening.
And Riverside getting after it here, and Lucas Dallinghouse wants a timeout.
And right away, looks at Dallinghouse, the player says, I told you, don't dribble into that half-court trap.
We're going to take another break as well. Back after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Your life can change with one heartbeat, and that was mine. Pregnant at 16, scared, and wondering how my mother would react was terrifying. This is Selma. I made the right decision. I can't imagine if I would have ended this beautiful life. Your baby is a person that deserves their life and your love. Adelina has filled my life with tremendous joy. There are difficult times, it's a life changer, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. My faith is my strength. You are not alone. Call your local pastor to talk.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
A quick foul against Molt out of the timeout. 3 against the Chargers.
You know, this is about the point in time of that first half where Riverside went on that run, closed it within 2. They're going to need something similar here at the end of this one.
Starting to run out of time are the Chargers as Pelican draws the foul. This one's going to go against Diesner. It was pointed out to us a little bit ago. Diesner kind of twisted his ankle.
Yep. He's going to go ahead and play through the pain, though.
Inbounded for Dallinghouse. That's Camden Dallinghouse. as he's working against Caraher. Caraher will pick up his 4th foul.
That was big on a couple fronts. Yes, it's personally his 4th, but also puts Johnson Brock in the double bonus. 3:33. Chargers are at 33 points.
Dollinghouse misses the free throw. He's got 14. Now 15.
Yeah, just solid across the board, kind of like we talked about in the pregame. Oh, way off the mark. Barons right there for the board.
And a carry against the Eagles. And it'll go back to the Chargers.
All right, so Riverside gets another crack at it here. But time, Patrick, is becoming a factor.
Indeed it is. And off the glass, no good from Keene.
Not a bad take either. He's able to get to the rim down the right side of the lane.
Kaler feeds it off, and it's nearly stolen away. That was some Globetrotter stuff right there.
Yes, it was, and it nearly was going the other way.
Kaler going back and forth with Camden Dollinghouse for the lead in points tonight. He's getting bumped quite a bit as Riverside might want to send someone to the line, but none of those bumps right now have equaled fouls for Kaler.
You know, the officials have really let the, I don't want to call it pushing and shoving, but the physicality go, really, for both squads.
Around the perimeter it goes. And now a foul, as this will send Kaysen Dollinghouse to the line.
Fouls on the Chargers, number 0, Carter Keene.
It was Keene who picked up the foul.
At the line for Johnson Brock, 13.
Yeah, Johnson Brock, so good at working the ball around, milking some of that clock. So
first free throw, good.
Spot they've been in before.
Indeed the case. That's the first point of the night for Kaysen Dollinghouse. Camden Dollinghouse rocking 15 points so far, as that one out, and rebound Diesner. Caraher dribbles it away and pulled in by Kaler. Up ahead to Pelican, and a travel on Sloan first.
Sloan could see the defense, could feel the defense converging on him. Shuffled his feet a little bit on the fast break.
Let's take a look at it again. Yeah, just a little bit of a shuffle beforehand. And a steal now by Barons. He goes toward the basket, waits for the defense to fly by, connects for 2.
I don't even know if he ball faked that second time around. He just kind of waited for the defender to go ahead and leave his feet.
15-point lead for the Eagles, as contact and a foul. Gonna send Schuck to the line for 2.
Fouls on the Eagles, number 30, Blake Barons. That's his second personal foul. 4th team foul against Johnson Brock. At the line for the Chargers, number 4, Nate Shaw, shooting 2.
12 points for Schuck so far tonight. The 5'10 junior now has 13.
Yeah, Schuck had such a big offensive impact in the first half. Credit the Eagles kind of neutralizing him throughout the second.
Second one, no good. Rebound hauled in by the Eagles. Kaler with it. He's had a big scoring night, also a big rebounding night.
Yeah. Yeah, I got him with 8 boards. Go back to that first and second quarter where he was knocking down threes left and right.
Fouls on Riverside, number 12, Larry Keister.
More free throw attempts upcoming for the Eagles. It'll be Camden Dollinghouse looking to add to his current game high.
Shooting 2.
He's right around his average for the season as he hits on that one.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the guys that Johnson Brock would like to see at the line in these type of scenarios.
17 points now for Camden Dollinghouse. Molt knocked hard to the floor, and it was a jump ball. Johnson Brock ball.
Pelican was kind of looking around like, hey, I didn't throw him. I just had my hands on the ball, and then I let go, and like his own momentum, he was trying to jerk back the other way. That's why he kind of went flying the other way.
Kaler works to bring it up the floor for the Eagles. Now a whip pass down the floor for Barons. And a foul.
It's going to be it.
Will send Cason Dollinghouse to the line for 2, as you said. That will be it for Drew Carraher, who leads the game with 3 points. He did take a charge earlier in this game.
He did get the charge, but just couldn't get it going offensively. Had a couple nice drives to the rim, in and out type of scenarios, and it's just one of those type of nights for really an elite score for the Chargers.
First free throw is good by Cason Dollinghouse. You know, looking at Carraher, he's part of a huge junior class. 6 players who are juniors on this roster.
It definitely feels like there's some pretty good days ahead of Riverside and the Chargers. Got to keep this group together.
And now under 40 seconds to go. Camden Dollinghouse going to go to the line for 2 more free throws. And benches are about to empty. Johnson Brock fans can taste it. Lucas Dollinghouse can sense it as well. And his team is set to move on to the semifinals. Free throw from Dollinghouse is good.
Huge round of applause from both cheering sections here, as you mentioned it. Massive substitutions, clearing the bench for both teams. Boy, you mentioned it a couple of times. Johnson Brock and their defense are working on one of the best season defensive averages in school history. Boy, did we see that come to life in the second half.
Dollinghouse will exit. 38 seconds to go in this one. Get a chance to see some youngsters for both squads. 3-pointer, too strong from Glessinger. One of the few non-subs in there. That's because he's the lone senior on the roster, getting some final run. And we'll count down the final 5 seconds. Johnson Brock heading to the semifinals once again. They'll be back there for the 2nd straight year. We'll take a break. We've got our post-game highlights as well as interviews with the winning coach and player of the game. Back after this on News Channel Nebraska.
Start your next journey with Woodhouse. Our commitment extends beyond just selling cars. We offer an unparalleled car buying experience that allows you to shop and buy all online. Explore an array of new brands, makes, and models, as well as our large selection of pre-owned vehicles. And it's easy to get started today with our streamlined purchasing process online, granting you the freedom to secure your next vehicle anytime, anywhere. Discover a better way to buy with Woodhouse.
This is Amy from Magnolia's Home Decor and Design in downtown Norfolk.
And I'm Kate. Let's welcome in spring.
If you're ready for vibrant colors, silk florals that are remarkably real, and a new look for inspiring your space, come visit us at Magnolia's.
From spring to everyday designs for your home, we've been busy creating looks that will make your home warm and inviting for your friends and family.
Watch us live on Facebook 6 days a week. Stop in and see us in downtown Norfolk or visit us online at shopmagnoliasonline.com.
A new year, a fresh start, a resolution to grow more, gain more, give more. The process is the same: plant, grow, harvest. But the way you do it is always evolving. And so are we, Aurora Cooperative. Grow, gain, give. Aurora and you.
To sum up the past 20 years in one word, exceptional. It's one of our core values. But our people have been truly exceptional. Our customer support has been exceptional. In 20 years, where will Allo be? When we started, we were just a business fiber company. Then the demand came from residential. Now the products of both business and residential just continue to expand. We've got to start with customers' needs and always work backwards. The customers will tell us, and our teammates will take us there.
Here with the winning head coach, Coach Dullinghouse. Congrats on the win. You talked about Riverside and their ability to get up and down the floor. What did you do to slow them down, hold their offense under 40 tonight?
Well, that's really what our defense has been all year. Just, great help defense, getting back in transition. We knew that was going to be a huge part of this game because they like to get transition buckets, and I thought we did a great job with that. But that's what the kids buy into all season long. So it was great to see it because our offense wasn't clicking. And this was not our best offensive game by far, but our defense has kept us in games all season when the offense isn't there.
When the offense isn't working, rebounding helps, and you guys dominated the glass tonight. How do you attribute that effort from your guys tonight in rebounding?
Well, we thought we would have a size advantage on them, which we did. So we thought we had potential there, but our kids just have kind of a nose for the ball, where it's going to be. We did a great job of boxing out, holding them to one shot, one opportunity. The kids just went and played. That's what we need them to do.
You've talked about the importance of getting off to good starts. The offense took a little while to get going, but Brody had a fantastic first quarter for you. Talk about his effort for you, his importance for you tonight.
Yeah, it was great to get us going. I mean, we always hope that maybe we can get at least 2 of our starting 5 to hit. Tonight we had 1 to start the game. And so Brody got us going, kept us in that game for the first half. And then it was good to see, we started to get some other kids getting some shots, hitting, free throws down the stretch and things like that. But Brody really stepped up for us to start the game, and we needed it because the offense just wasn't working. So.
Well, Coach, congrats on the win. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, let's bring in our player of the game, Brody Kaler. Brody, nice job tonight. Talk about that first quarter. Your shots were hitting early, and I thought your effort on the glass really good early on. Talk about your mentality from the jump. What was it that was helping you work so well in the first quarter?
Just kind of in our 1-3-1 offense, I thought I was getting a lot of good look opportunities, and I was able to hit them.
This team rebounded really well tonight. That's a mentality thing. What is it that you guys are doing well when you're rebounding as well as you did tonight?
I feel like when we're rebounding well, we push in transition, and that helps us to get easy layups, gets us going.
This is a team, you're a kind of a returning leader on this team. This is a team with a lot of expectations attached to them, probably none higher than you guys have for yourselves in the locker room. What do you guys do day in and day out to try to meet those expectations?
Every day in practice, we work hard, we bust our butt, and just do everything we can. We listen to our coaches, everything to do to win.
Well, it's worked so far, Brody. Great job tonight. Congrats on being our player of the game. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
That's Brody Kaler. Almost had as many points as words in his post-game interview. A man of few words, but a man of many talents. Speaking of many talents, let's send it back to Pat Jansen and Andy Klassen with more of our post-game show.
You're too kind, Eric McKay. You could not say the same for Johnson Brock's defense. They were smothering tonight, Andy Klassen.
They were not kind, definitely not kind of the Riverside offense. That proved to be the difference in that second half, big time.
Let's take a look at our post-game highlights and how we got to our final score of 52-34. Our top plays brought to you by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? All you need is Currency. Visit gocurrency.com. Class D1 state quarterfinals. Second-seeded Johnson Brock bringing their undefeated record in to take on the seventh-seeded Riverside Chargers. Sloan Pelican got going early for the Eagles, hitting that early three. Then a steal as Shock takes it the other way. Fast break layup, keeping the Chargers in it. We get to the second quarter. Camden Dollinghouse dialing in. He had 19 points for the Eagles tonight. Then Kaler, our player of the game, hits the three. He got going early for the Eagles. Then Shock answers with a three of his own. Riverside keeping within striking distance. Then Camden Dollinghouse with a three of his own for the Eagles. Then Caraher didn't get a lot of offense tonight, but goes to the basket, draws the foul, gets the and one. Then we get into the second half. It was a 2-point game at halftime, but Johnson Brock reignites as Pelican gets the steal and the lay-in. Then Meyer in the paint, in traffic, gets it to go, gets the foul, he hit the free throw. Molt and Riverside, though, wouldn't go away as he gets into the paint, gets an extra 2 points for the Chargers. Then Molt keeps it going. Difficult shot, he hits it. But the Eagles, they get the steal, the patience, and the basket from Leighton Barons. And the Eagles move on to the semifinals with a 52-34 win over Riverside. So there it is. The Eagles headed to the state semifinals for the 6th time in school history in 11 appearances in the state tournament. So you know when Johnson Brock's getting to the tournament, they're probably getting to the semis, Andy.
Hey, they're looking to make noise, and I thought that was a very fitting way to wrap up that highlight package. You know, having one of the unsung heroes, Barons, with the steal and the lay-in with patience, right? That defense churning into offense, supplying that gap on the scoreboard that we saw kind of take place throughout the fourth period.
So who will the Eagles play? Will it be Ansley, Litchfield, or Plainview? We've got that game coming up shortly. We're going to wrap it up for this one. Then we'll be back to set up our nightcap. You're watching high school basketball on News Channel Nebraska.